various forms of water, both running and still. A pond in a palace garden, as still as if touched by the goddess's hand, while gold and scarlet fish reach up towards her blessing. On a hillside, a singing fall of silver in a veil of white vapour. In a temple, water, utterly pure, is tinged with yellow candlelight as it pours from chalice to hands. A broad river in a valley, seen from a mountain top, it seems to be still, but is running, and gleams as a sword blade gleams. And now this. Neither running nor still. Shifting, sluggish, and mottled with scum, creeping between weeds and mud and broken reeds and patches of neglected earth. This water looks like a bad smell.
Not what you're used to, I know. Unlike a palace garden.
Entirely unlike.
Still, the house is clean. And these mats are new. I bought them myself.
How long will your cousin be away?
At least a week. His business often takes him out of the city. To villages, farms, large estates.
And he takes all his servants with him?
Servants? Well, he does have a clerk. He's also a kind of... He cleans, cooks, sees to the horses.
But not to the garden. And he travels with his master, your cousin, the merchant.
Yes. We're alone here. As we promised.
The Empress, too, is travelling. To the Hersey temple. Her father is there, very ill. The goddess and all the gods protect him. I may have to join Her Majesty there. And even if not, I shall return to the palace very soon.
A day or two?
I must be there to receive Her Majesty.
But not before tomorrow.
If her father should die, the goddess forbid it.
One night, Shonagon.
These tapestries are not new. I think they may be older than the house, but they do seem clean enough.
Shonagon...
Of course, if the catastrophe should happen, goddess forbid, Her Majesty's brother will be the new Chancellor. He will inherit from their father, and Her Majesty has no more devoted protector than Lord Karachika.
I've heard it said he's almost as devoted as you are. Although I suspect that was a sly joke about your own relentless devotion.
Relentless?
And still it goes on. Still you go on. About the palace, politics, inheritance, and always, relentlessly, the position of the Empress.
You bring me to a shabby little house and you denigrate my loyalty to Her Majesty.
I do not denigrate.
In the most vulgar tone.
Shonagon, please.
When her father is in grave danger.
Listen.
I'm not with her to be able to be of any help that I can.
No. You're here with me. As we promised.
I know that I said something in a bizarre situation to your bizarre friend.
You said yes.
He had a knife at your throat.
Takeshi would not have harmed me.
He already shed royal blood.
And you knew he would not.
I knew he was drunk and suspected he was mad.
You knew he would not harm me. He asked you to promise that we would be together.
He said, try to be together.
And here we are, trying. He asked you to say yes, and you did. But it wasn't to him, not really. You said yes to me.
I said yes to get out of that bizarre situation.
You said yes because you'd been shaken at last into speaking the truth.
Lieutenant Yukinari, policeman.
You said yes.
Finder out of truth.
Because it's what you wanted to say for a long time. Yes, we will try to be together. Yes, not policeman and lady. Shonagon and Yukinari. Free of the palace and free of politics and free of all manner of things. Yes. Free to touch.
No.
Yes. Free to touch, Shonagon. We are alone. Shonagon. Yukinari.
Let me go.
Shonagon.
Yukinari, no, stop.
Relentless. Merciless.
Listen to me.
Oh, yes, listen and look and never touch.
Yukinari.
I may see you, hear you. Sometimes I'm even allowed close enough to smell you. All these years of longing. And you too. I know it. You too, Shonagon.
Yes. But I must prepare.
Prepare?
I must bathe and prepare. A house like this, however clean, and with no servants. Is there such a thing as a bath?
Of course. We have all night.
Aspects of the night. Tree shadows on the wall. A shuddering sigh. A bird I cannot name calling far away. A long breath drawn, caught, held. A chuckling of rainwater in a gutter. The creak of old timber like an eavesdropper's careless foot. A pair of eyes open to darkness. Another pair, hidden by a forearm.
I don't understand.
We should try to sleep now.
I do not understand.
It's a thing that happens.
To us?
No, it does not happen.
After all this time? All that waiting, longing?
Perhaps that is the problem. We are too unrelaxed.
You mean I am?
But I may be at fault.
No.
Not skillful enough.
Oh, you are skillful, Shonagon. And lovely, and gentle, and patient.
Yes. It must be very late. We should try to sleep now.
How am I to do that?
Think of other things. Imagine the gleam of a river seen from a mountain top. Imagine the stillness of a pool in the palace garden. A fish rising to the hand of the goddess.
I may never sleep again.
Aspects of the morning. Light as murky as that dull water in the garden. A bird I cannot name, chuckling far away. The groan as of a ghost in another room. The hiss and patter of something falling on the roof. Dust. Debris. A broken nest. In the other room, the slap of a palm on the table. And silence.
Good morning. I've made tea, and there are rice cakes. Shonagon. Last night. I don't think we should talk about it now.
No, we should not.
In fact, we may never need to talk about it, because next time... there will be a next time.
We should not talk about it. We should talk about that letter. I know those seals, those ribbons. That is a letter from the Emperor.
Yes.
For me?
For me?
What is in the letter?
I'm sorry. Bad news.
Her Majesty's father.
Yes. The Chancellor is dead.
The goddess have mercy. I must return to the palace.
So must I. The Emperor wrote to me because a woman has been killed. A lady.
A palace lady?
Lady Mazago. I'm to interview her husband. It seems he has been talking very strangely. His Majesty suggests he might be insane.
Some have suggested that Lord has been less insane for a long time. And he drinks.
Delusion, Lieutenant, or illusion, are they the same thing? Well, a delusion may be a false belief, but the belief may be inflicted upon my mind deliberately by another conniving mind. Someone may try to delude me into false belief. Illusion now. I see a ghost, but there is no ghost, and yet no one has tried to deceive me, unless it be my own mind. I am deluding myself. Do you happen to have a little sake with you?
No, Lord Mazago.
All they've given me is lightly flavoured water, insipid stuff. I'm most desirous of a real drink, most desirous indeed.
I'm here to ask you about your wife's death, Lord Mazago.
Is she truly dead?
I have seen her, my lord.
Did you touch her?
Yes?
And you are utterly convinced she was dead? No illusion, no delusion?
I saw the wounds on her head, my lord. They were severe and very real.
Brutal.
Forgive me.
Oh, I don't mean your words, Lieutenant. You do your duty, but severe wounds in her head. And that glorious hair. She is most particular about her hair. She will make a very disgruntled and scolding ghost.
Lady Mazago was found on the bank of the Gemmell River, not far from your home.
Is there a shrine nearby to the love god Eisen Muir?
I'm afraid I don't know. I will ask.
She often went there to pray. I asked her once to explain why, if that god is so full of love, his face is so terrifying. She merely smiled. You may wonder why I've been talking so much about illusion and delusion. Well, did not the Buddha himself say, when asked if the gods were real, that they are as real as everything else we must rise above? Sometimes I think I may be capable of rising above every illusion except the blessed sake. Insipid fruity water indeed. Does not a condemned man deserve a proper drink?
You think you're a condemned man?
Lieutenant, I am condemned from all sides. But am I a guilty man?
Are you? Lord Mazago, when did you last see your wife?
Many, many years ago. I will say no more today. I will now delude myself into believing I am drunk and will fall deeply asleep.
Things they say about blood. When one is in passion, the blood is said to be hot. The passion may be love or hate, but there are forms of hatred so absolute the blood is said to run cold. Divinity, as in our Emperor, is an inheritance of the blood, descended from heart to heart through the veins of eternity. Its source, the goddess herself. The blood of a villain is tainted, it is poison. The spilled blood of a victim is said to be a witness without a voice. A certain man, a policeman, says he must give voice to such a witness. His duty is to speak for the dead.